There are just so many bugs in this paint. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have got to figure this out. I have a big decision coming up. Very soon, I'm going to decide whether or not I'm going to paint the entire car myself. Now, I have never painted an entire car before, but I do believe if I ever paint one, the Fiero is definitely going to be the best car for a beginner. So what I have here is the deck lid on the Fiero, and it needs a little bit of repairing work. You can see right here that the lock is missing, and also the fiberglass here is all messed up, so I'd have to do a little bit of fiberglass work. Also, there's a big dent here on the wing. Repairs on the Fiero are going to be a little bit different than I've done before for body work. The deck lid and I believe the roof are made of fiberglass, and the rest of the body is made of plastic compared to the metal I'm used to working with. Since the deck lid is already off, I'm going to use it as a little bit of a sample to see if this is something I want to get involved doing with the whole Fiero. So I want to get started stripping down the deck lid here, take the wing off and the lock mechanism itself, getting it just down to the deck lid itself, and then I can analyze what we need to do for the lock to get this repaired. Alright, so I got the wings separated from the main hatch area here, but this is definitely going to be our biggest problem spot. I've ordered the brand new lock, but we've got to go ahead and seal this up and get it ready for that new lock to go properly in place and look nice. So I'm going to use this fiberglass sheet and some resin. I'm going to layer it on top after I've sanded everything past the paint layer. We'll also use some fiberglass reinforced body filler and hopefully get this looking really nice and smooth. And once I get the lock in, we'll go ahead and get this circle drawn out and we'll sand it back down to perfectly match the new lock. I'm kind of making this up as I go along, but it's gonna work great. Let's get started. Alright, after sanding, I also added a little chamfer with the grinder there. Now I can come in with the new fiberglass and hopefully layer it on top, and with that fiberglass reinforced body filler, hopefully we can get this smoothed out and looking absolutely fantastic. Okay, and while that is drying, the fiberglass there, before I go ahead and start on the rest of the bodywork, I actually want to move over to the wing here. This little pokey bit on the end of the wing has been destroyed, so we are going to try and fix this. This is what it should be looking like, and well, the point is just missing and gone. So I'm gonna try my best to get something exactly like this on the other side. I made this perfect little template right here that I can move on to the other side, tape that together. I'm going to shove these rods into this foam here and cut them down, probably at least 2. And then I'll put my template on, tape that down so I can have the exact size ready to go. Then I'll just blob it on with some of that reinforced body filler, and we're gonna hope that this works. And we're just gonna kind of sculpt it down with sanding paper. I know this isn't the right way to do this, but it's how I'm gonna do it. Alright, it is the next day and our fiberglass here has completely gotten hard. I might actually have to come back with another layer. I'm not totally sure yet. I'm also going to use that fiberglass reinforced body filler to come over it. Gotta sand it down to this level since I had sanded this area down. So I've got a lot of sanding to do before I can add the body filler. Also over here on this side with the pokey bit we did here, hardened up really, really nice. Now I just have to do a lot of shaping with the sander and hopefully we can get this shape down. And if I still feel that it's too weak, even with the metal rods and the fiberglass reinforced body filler, I might consider coming over top with some more fiberglass and just making it even extra strong. But let's first see if we can get this part sanded down here for the lock. Hopefully we can get this completely invisible looking and completely ready for paint. Alright, now that I've got the fiberglass smoothed down best I can still feel some imperfections in the fiberglass itself. So I'm going to come back with that fiberglass reinforced body filler and fill in the rest of the holes, hopefully getting this completely smoothed out to where you can't even feel it at all. Now, while I'm waiting for this to dry, I'm going to move back to the wing and we'll start shaping this little pointed piece. Hopefully we can get it shaped to where you can't even tell that it was ever broken. Alright, I had the shape pretty well defined. It's still a little too thick and needs some refinement. I also have this piece over here sanded down, and it's decently smooth, but it does still need some refinement as well. And we'll also have to cut that hole back in once the lock comes in and we have the exact diameter. So I'm gonna get some normal body filler, I'm gonna spray some guide coats, I'm gonna get my block sander, and we're gonna get these hopefully refined to where you can't even tell that there was ever any bodywork done on these. Alright, now that we've got this side super smooth, I cannot even feel it anymore with my finger running across it. Once I get the new lock in, we'll have to cut our hole back in. Also with the wing here, completely stock. I think it looks absolutely awesome. Turned out super great. On this side, it looks exactly the same. There's no way you could tell that there's ever a difference. So I think I'm going to strip down the rest of the paint on the wing and the hatch here. Do any further body work, like I know we have at least this right here, this little pressed in area we'll have to work on right there. Sand everything down to the fiberglass past the paint, make sure everything's super smooth, and then I'm probably gonna get my paint. We might try actually painting these in this video, and that will give us the full confidence to paint the rest of the car if everything goes well. Alright, now that I have the wing entirely sanded on the bottom and the top, and I sanded it from 80 all the way up to 320 grit, so it's feeling very nice now, but there are all of these little pinholes all along the surface. Also, some bigger holes like this one right here. So I've got to do a lot more body work, and for those small pinholes, I'm going to use this 2-part glaze. It's supposed to be better than any of the body filler because it gets a lot harder and actually kind of hardens into like a plastic type thing. And as you see right there, it says it's meant for pinholes, which is perfect for this job. So I'm going to probably just go ahead and squeegee a whole bunch of this all the way across the top and the bottom. And for these bigger holes, I'm going to use that fiberglass reinforced body filler. So a lot more work to be done here, but once I get all the body work done, then we can move on to hopefully getting this thing painted. But in the meantime, while I'm working on that, let's get back on the hatch here. I've got to cut a hole back in with the Dremel for the new lock, which is right here. This will sit right down into where that hole used to be. It also uses this little arm on the back to turn the lock. So I've got to figure out how to cut that back in, probably using my Dremel right there. Cut a hole that matches this diameter right here, and hopefully this will be super easy. Alright, now that I have the wing completely ready to go and the bodywork on this is so smooth, you can no longer fill any of these holes. It's ready for primer and painting. But first I have to finish up the hatch. I went ahead and sanded it with 80 grit and tried to get all of those little weird like barnacle hole spots down. I actually had to go down to the primer in a lot of these cases. But you gotta do what you gotta do to get that stuff down. So now I'm going to glaze over the top of the whole hatch and mainly these areas over here with this glaze once again that we used on the wing. Smooth everything out. And I have a couple little small areas like this one right here where this is a little loose. I might even come over that with some fiberglass just to reinforce it further. So a lot of body work and then we'll be ready for primer. But I'm not gonna bore you guys anymore. Let's just go ahead and skip until I'm done with the body work. It's finally time. I have the hatch finished. The body work is great and it's looking super smooth and ready for paint. I went ahead and set up my paint booth here and I've got my spray gun ready to go with this epoxy primer, which is what we'll be using first. I have the wing in here first and we're going to be spraying the bottom and then let it sit for a couple hours and turn it over and spray the top. Honestly, I don't really know what I'm doing. I've never painted something this big before and with these fancy paints. Wish me luck and I'm sure you guys will have lots of comments to leave telling me what I did wrong. Just be nice, okay? So I'm gonna try my best to get all this mixed up and ready to go and we're gonna get this thing painted. This is so exciting. Alright, so after painting the bottom and the top, here is what we are left with on the wing, and it's looking pretty good if I do say so myself. There are a couple small imperfections. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit more body work while I can. This is just the epoxy primer, it's not the actual primer yet, so I can still go ahead and do any little extra repairs that I wanna do. You can kind of see it here, just some small little things like that. It looks like I ate into the fiberglass a little bit too much there, so like stuff like that. Nothing super noticeable, and once I got it black, you probably would never tell, but I want to try and do the best I can, and I can see some small imperfections. So I'm going to go along, do a little bit more body work, and then we'll come on with the actual primer. So I finished all of the body work on the wing here on the second round of body work after that first layer of primer. Now it's time to go on to the second primer, which is this one by Finish One. It's a 4-to-1 mixture, so I'm going to mix it up, get it in my spray gun, and we're going to hit this thing with primer. All right, after 3 more coats of that primer, this is looking so good. I'm really impressed with the results so far. I'm actually gonna go ahead and do 1 more sand with 400 grit just to make sure it's as smooth and as clean as possible. I know I said I was done with body work, but I'm gonna do 1 more just because I'm really obsessing over this. And then we can move on to base coat and clear coat and finally see the results of all of this work. Well, I'm in a bit of a limbo while I'm waiting for the urethane to come in for the black base coat. So I'm going to try and get the hatch up to this point. So I'm going to do both of my primers, do more sanding, do any extra body work, and hopefully by the time the reducer comes in for the base coat, I can do both of them maybe on the same day. We'll see. So I'm gonna get started on the hatch itself, and I'll let you know how progress goes along the way. After just 2 coats of that epoxy primer, the hatch is looking so good. On the wing, I actually had to do quite a bit of body work after the epoxy, but on the hatch, I think I'm gonna barely have to do anything. Also, look at the repair we did on the lock here. It's looking really, really good. I'm gonna do a little bit more sanding and repair any small little imperfections, and then we'll move on to the regular primer, and then hopefully by then the reducer will be in. We can base coat the hatch and the wing, finally going to see what it's gonna look like in color, and then we can go ahead and clear coat. The hatch is now completely ready. This is the second primer on and super smooth up to 600 grit. There's no more body work that I need to do, and I think it's ready for base coat along with the wing. The reducer just came in, so I'm super excited to see what this is finally going to look like in that nice shiny black. Hopefully this is all going to go well. All right, I just finished the black. It's been about 2 hours now. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the clear coat, and we'll finally get to see the results of this in the morning. So, it's the next morning after doing the base and clear coat. And from a distance, this thing's looking pretty good. From a couple feet away in the light, you can tell there's a little bit of orange peel. Hopefully I'll be able to get that out with a little bit of super high grit sanding and some polishing. As you do get a little closer though, there are some small imperfections that I am not happy with. Lots of bugs fell into my paint last night, and I learned a lot. This is my first time ever painting any sort of 2K clear coat like this. I've learned a lot of things that I'm going to move into the hatch. The main one being, don't paint at night with your doors open, or maybe you just don't paint at night at all, because the lights from my garage attracted insects, and they somehow managed to get into my paint booth despite the door being closed. And then, of course, they ended up in my clear. Crawling around, I had to peel them out, which made a lot of mistakes. In another 12 hours or so, after this is hopefully fully cured, I'm going to come in with 1500 up to 3000 grit, and then I'm going to polish it, and hopefully it gets most of those imperfections out, or at least makes them as invisible as possible. I'm going to take all of the knowledge I've learned and move it into the hatch, and we are going to get started on this right now. All right, the hatch is now in the paint booth, and I've got it cleaned off best I can. Now it's time to move on to base and clear coat. We'll be doing 3 coats of base and then 3 coats of clear coat, and then we'll be good to go on the hatch. I can't wait to see if this one is hopefully much better than the wing. I just put the final coat of clear on the deck lid, and now it is finally time to let both of these pieces cure for at least 24 hours or so, and we can do the final step, which is the high grit sand and the polish. Now, hopefully the high grit sand and the polish will remove any orange peel or any defects that fell into the paint, and hopefully we'll bring it to completion. And then we can finally decide if we're just gonna stick with these two test pieces or if we actually wanna paint the entire car. All right, it is the next day now, and it is finally time to work on the last step, which is this final sanding and polishing step. So I've got the hatch set up now, and the first step in this whole process is making sure that the part you're working on is actually clean. As you can see, mine's pretty dirty right now just from having dust floating around, so I'm definitely gonna wipe it down with a rag before I even start sanding. Second step, I have these very nice 1500 grit pads. This is what's actually going to knock down all of the orange peel and any of the other imperfections. We're gonna start with that, going around the whole panel until it's completely flat, and then we'll work on refining with higher grits and then polishing and buffing after that. Okay, I just finished the 1500 grit. Now it's time to move on to the 2500 and then the 3000. So this is what it's supposed to be looking like after the 1500 grit. It's all just very matte. Shouldn't be any little dots. Let me kind of see if I can, yeah. So these little dots right here, that's more of the orange peel, but I've just gotten down so low I just can't even feel it anymore. So I'm gonna say that's probably good enough on the whole panel. Now I'm going to move on to wet sanding with the 2500 grit and then move on to the 3000. This is completely after the 2000 grit, just looking a lot smoother, a lot shinier than the 1500. Now it's time to move on to the 3000, which is the last refinement of the sanding, and then we'll move on to the buffing and polishing. Now that I've got it polished up to the 3000 and it's looking quite refined and quite shiny, this is the best three-step process I've come up with for buffing and getting out the most of the scratches because I've had a really hard time with it. I'm starting with this Ultra Cut compound by Meguiar's on this microfiber pad on my buffer. I'm gonna put that on a high speed and just really cut in and try and get out all of the scratches. This is what's doing most of the work here. These two are just refining. And then I'm taking my medium spongy foam pad. I'm using this compound by Meguiar's. It's just a slightly less strong one. That's gonna get me more refined. It's kind of the middle step that I found works really well. And the last step is this Meguiar's polish. I'm going to use this very soft sponge on my buffer. And hopefully with this three-step process, it worked pretty well on the wing, and I'm hoping it'll work even better this time. All right, and here is the before and after, just after the microfiber buff. And you can tell how much of a crazy difference this makes. I gotta do this to the rest, and then I'll move through the two steps and I'll show you guys the final result. This is so exciting. For the final reveal, here it is, looking quite good. I'm like 90% happy with it. A lot of things that I learned along the way that I'll bring into the future process, but bringing it outside here has made me feel much better. You can't see any of those super shallow scratches anymore that were left over from the buffing. And really just overall, it's pretty good. I'd say it's about 85% to a show car quality, which I am super happy with for a $300 paint job. It makes a huge difference now seeing the car after that really shiny paint job over there. There is a lot of work to be done, lots of small repairs that would have to be done with a lot of fiberglass. On the rear bumper here, it's cut down to the primer. A lot of things would have to be removed and taken off, all of the seals, maybe even some of the windows. I'm not totally sure. It's a pretty major step to go from what we have over there to doing the entire car. So it's a pretty big decision. Let me know your opinion down below if you think I should do the rest of the car like I did the hatch. And I'm going to make a final decision, and hopefully you guys will be seeing a video out soon working on the rest of this process. But unfortunately, that is going to be where I call this video finished. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and going through this entire process. Again, if you have any suggestions, leave them down in the comments below, and do please leave a like and subscribe if you aren't. And I will see you guys in the next one. Later.